Good day, I am Dinara Kozhabaeva, a correspondent for the Kazak Eli magazine. A journalist is the mirror of society. We always respond to current issues and share the concerns of the public. One of the most pressing global issues today is ecology. Environmental pollution and the disruption of the natural balance are complex problems we all share. There are many individuals working tirelessly in this field. One such person is Akbar Ayubi Hacı, a leading expert in wind energy, candidate of economic sciences and the senior consultant at Siemens Energy, who currently resides in Denmark. Even while living abroad, he has never lost his devotion to his homeland. We present the story of this exceptional son of the Kazakh people, who is making an impact on a global scale.
Hello, Dinara. Thank you for having me in this interview. To make an introduction about myself, I might work as a Kazakh from Denmark. So, briefly, actually, I am a Kazakh, which my grandparents is moved from Kazakhstan in 1930s. What we call it genocide. Now, you know, about 60% of Kazakh died during this period. So our grandparents moved from Kazakhstan to Afghanistan. And later on, because of the war in Afghanistan, we moved to Denmark. So currently I'm living in Denmark. And I did finish a master degree in economics. So currently I am working as a senior business controller in project procurement in Siemens Energy. What I mostly do is I am focused more on green energy. That means the wind energy. So wind energy normally is two parts. One is onshore, the other part is offshore, which I'm concentrated on the offshore part. I am a project cost controller, which we have about 18 projects across all the world, in Japan, in US, name it, Turkey, whatever. So it has a yearly budget about 500 million euro. And totally across all years, we have about 2 billion euro, which is in my control. I'm budgeting and making follow-up. And I'm trying to reduce the cost of the wind energy to be competitive with the coal and oil. Yeah. So I want to tell you a bit more about green energy, what's happening in the world and Denmark. So what we have actually in Denmark is around 60% of our yearly consumption of electricity is coming from wind energy, and 10% is coming from the sun, and 12% what we call is black energy. Black energy means coal, it is not green, and oil. And the remaining 80%, actually, you can see it is a kind of also green energy where we use the waste to burn it down and make energy of that. So that is how it is, the situation of green energy in Denmark. So our plan is in 2040 to become 100% independent of the coal and oil and be green in 2040. So if I should give my comments about what we can do about green energy in Kazakhstan, so I will say, first of all, as I know, for instance, in Denmark, 1 kilowatt of electricity is about 200 Kazakh tenge, and in Kazakhstan it's 330. That means in Kazakhstan, the electricity is very cheap. And in that way, as economist, I will firstly to compare to see, does that pay off to implement the green energy in Kazakhstan or not? Yeah, as you have also a lot of coal in Kazakhstan, which you can make green energy. Of course, coal is not green, but you can clean that up. You can clean the coal dioxide to reduce the greenhouse. So do whatever. But first of all, before you say we will go 100% green energy, we should first compare the cost. If it is cheaper for Kazakhstan, why not to use the coal? Then we come to the third point to consider is that if Kazakhstan go and use the green energy, does it really pay off? I will just make an analysis first of all to see if the green energy is cheap, like in Denmark, for instance, where the green energy in Denmark is cheaper than coal and oil, then of course why not implement the green energy, because green energy is clean and it is very good to the health of the people living. If you, for instance, just look at the Almaty city, where you have a lot of smoke here, and it is not so good for the health. So if we consider first of all the cost, if we come to cost, as I said, in Denmark 1 kilo of electricity is 200 tenge, and in Kazakhstan 30. So do we need a clean energy or do we need a cheap electricity? We should consider if it is better economically to have a cheap energy. So that means we should not implement the green energy. Then, as I know, Kazakhstan have a lot of coal and oil and gas that they can make energy of. Again, we should look strategically, as I said, because green energy is not a cheap one. You cannot produce very high expensive green energy from wind turbines, solar panels, and sell with losing money unless you give compensation. Yeah. So before we say Kazakhstan should go to green energy, we should make a cost-benefit analysis. After that, we should decide all the costs, also the cost of the health. If you live like a small city, as we know, based on a statistic last year, Almaty city was the worst city, polluted city actually in the world. So you should think it is very harmful for the health of the people. So we should also count that one. If it is cheaper, you should also count the healthiness of the people. Maybe we should also implement the green energy in Kazakhstan. If not, then maybe we should just keep the energy. Just going to get green energy or atomic energy, I will suggest, first of all, as I can see during my stay in Kazakhstan, we should effectivize the efficiency we use, the efficiency of energy, because as I can see, a lot of people in Kazakhstan in winter time, they open the window and a lot of warmth from the house just went out. Why we shouldn't optimize the warming apparatus or machines or whatever we are using to warm up the houses? So if we can just, for instance, like Denmark, keep in 21 degree. If we reach the 21 degree, then everything goes down. It does in Kazakhstan. So you cannot stay actually inside in winter time. It is about 30, 50, 35 degrees. So everybody opening window, that means the energy going out. Yeah. So again, other thing you should consider, you can see the energy transportation. In the city, outside city, you can see the energy is transport. For instance, the warming, central warm is transport in the open space. Yeah. So you can see all the warm from this open in the open space in winter time, -22, it goes out before it reaches the houses. So it is maybe we should consider, instead of building atomic energy, and instead of implementing wind turbine or solar panel, whatever, to see we should reduce the waste of the energy which is coming from the production side to the consumption to the people. So I will suggest first of all to optimize this process. Maybe if you optimize that one, we don't need any extra energy in Kazakhstan.
Thank you very much.